Kandi, congratulations for the fight, for the win.
Yeah, thank you.
You won all rounds.
Yes.
What was the plan? Yesterday you didn't want to expose that much your plan when we talked,
Yeah.
but I heard that like you had precise things you wanted to try tonight.
Yes, since my last fight in February, we've been in the gym, like constantly working on my footwork so that I can use my footwork for defense and offense and certain combinations like jab to the head, straight right to the body, and then bringing up the left hook to the head. Splitting the guard with my jab, so just like stiff jab to get her hands to break and then follow it through with a straight right hand. And then keeping my feet moving and getting like those forward lunges to get her to come forward so that I can step back and then follow her back with a combination. So we've been just hammering that in training for this camp. And then this fight, I executed pretty much everything we were working on in camp. So
I agree. I don't know what you worked in the camp, but I think it was a very good fight from you today.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And like Angelica, she made me a better fighter tonight, and I can't thank her enough for that. So.
Talk to me a bit about her, because you didn't know a lot about her, and the record was not the greatest one.
Yeah.
She comes from Poland. We never know what kind of fighter you're going to have in front of you. How she was?
She was tough. Yeah, which again, I should always.
She had a good chin.
Yeah, great chin. And a European fighter, an Eastern European fighter, I'm always going to assume that they're tough and that they've got a pretty good foundation. And like, she was a gamer. She wasn't going to quit. And she went toe to it wasn't a toe to toe fight, but she didn't quit for all 6 rounds. She was coming out ready, so I was happy. But it was a great fight for me to execute everything I've been working on in camp. Like I said, she made me a better fighter tonight, and I can't thank her enough for that. So, like, knockouts are kind of fun, but they're a little bit fascist. So
sometimes we need to practice things as well, especially if you have goals. You know,
go the distance. It's a little more democratic.
It's good practice. 6 rounds of good practice. Tell me, how do you feel to be the A side, the hometown girl?
Yeah.
Because you took a risk in many fights in the past. And before the fight, you were not even sure about the ring walk. Were you first, second?
Yeah,
it was funny to watch.
Yeah, the last 4 years I've been the B-side opponent fighter.
I don't like this expression B-side because
I know
it's negative.
I kind of just think about it as like the old cassette tapes.
Yes.
I'm like, one's not better than the other. It's just the opponent.
Well, yeah, the opponent.
Yeah, but for the last 4 years I've been the opponent, so I've always been called up first. And so today I kind of just wasn't even thinking. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like, let's go. And my coach was like, they call it the blue corner first. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the hometown fighter today. And I just kind of like got a big smile on my face. And then to hear the crowd, and I actually, when I got introduced and went and walked around the ring, I like actually saw a lot of faces in the crowd that I recognized, and they're all like,
your public was here for you.
Yes,
your people were there for you.
The crowd was here for me today, and it felt really good to be back in that position again.
How will you celebrate? Because you told me off the record yesterday that you didn't crave for anything special as a meal, as a cheat meal, or a celebration meal. So what are you gonna do to celebrate?
Well, right now I'm gonna go make my rounds and say hi to every single person that came to watch me. And actually, funnily enough, I have been craving to go on a hike and just walk to the top of a mountain. So next week I'm going to go to Banff and hike to the top of, I think I'm going to do Grizzly Peak. I think that's what I decided.
I wish I was like you. I'm craving chocolate.
Yeah,
I'm not craving hike.
Yeah, I am going to go to my favorite bakery in Calgary, Butterblock, and stock up on some croissants to eat on top of that mountain. So
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marie.